Hello, I'm Noelle Fuller, and this is my discovery project on Islamic tiles. For my discovery project, I will be creating Islamic inspired tiles that I will then make into magnets for my fridge. This is relevant to our course because we discussed Islam and its beautiful art and architecture. On many of the buildings in Islam are beautiful, intricate tiles with geometric designs on them. I created my own Islamic design and painted it on terracotta tiles that I then made into magnets. Here are some examples of the intricate Islamic tiles and how they would be placed on their architecture. As you can see, they're very intricate. They are very geometrical and very cool and gorgeous. I did my best to create my own design, but on a much smaller scale. So it's not as intricate, but I try to make it as intricate as possible with how small I was making them. So, first off, I apologize if anything goes off camera. My camera kept slipping, and then I kept forgetting where it was at and how to do everything correctly, so a lot of it is off the screen. Anyway, I am making tiles here. I'm using some clay and I rolled it out and I squared it off, and then I made them 1 inch by 1 inch to make tiny tiles. And I make 9 of these to make a 3 by 3 little grid square to have enough to make cute little tile magnets. So I square them off and then I make round little indents on the back of them so I could glue magnets to the back of them. Here they are. Beautiful, very square. And then I also made another bigger tile. Um, so here I am. I'm now drawing the designs of the tiles. This was done by drawing kind of a square that was drawing 1 by 1 inch squares in a grid in one big square, and then you draw a ton of circles overlapping. So this is a lot with the geometric designs of the Islamic tiles. They would draw these circles in a grid overlapping each other, and then they would connect them with different lines and shapes, squares, triangles, whatnot. They would connect all these circles, and then they would find certain shapes that they like. They would fill them in or block them out to make a pattern, and then they would repeat that pattern over and over. And the bigger it got or the more intricate it got, the more beautiful the tile would be. But because I was working on such a small scale, I couldn't be as intricate as I really wanted to be. That's why I kept restarting over and over and over, because I kept wanting something that I couldn't do. Finally, I realized I had to be more simple, and I accepted that fate, and I picked a design I really liked, and I started tracing them on my tiles. It took a really long time. I drew so many circles. But trial and error is what gets you through. Anyway, after tracing them, I start painting them. I paint them on all of the tiles, and I'm using colors that I often saw on like those reference photos that I showed earlier. And I used white, red, blue, and yellow. Pretty much primary colors. Very simple, very basic colors that were most of the time easy to make. Besides blue would be the tricky one. Anyway, I painted these all on. It was kind of hard because they were very small, and I had to make sure I didn't want to mess them up too bad. I knew they couldn't be absolutely perfect. The other hard thing about this paint is that it is an underglaze, so it's kind of thick, and it's not just smooth painting, and they kind of glob. So I had to do my best with those globs. Anyway, I'm continuing on. I also went over and over and did these to make them good enough. I repainted them and adjusted them. Eventually, I realized I wanted a bit more of a design, and I made fancy designs on the edges. Um, you can see that was my bigger tile that I designed and made an even fancier one. So here are those tiles all put together. I think they look really cute and really cool, in my opinion. But I added some embellishments. I added some dots and some things that made them intricate. That made me feel better about the design because at first it was so simple. I was like, ugh, it's not giving enough Islamic tile. But then I added these little extra dots and white parts, and it made it feel a lot better. Here they are on my fridge as tiles, and I think they look pretty good. I'm pretty proud of these. It was really fun to do. I think the Islamic tiles are very pretty. I think they're gorgeous. Another thumbs up from me. And yeah, I think they look like little flowers, and I really like flowers and florals. So again, thumbs up. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed learning about how to make these tiles and how they did it with all the circles. Lots of drawing circles, but I did it. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is my works cited for my research, and yeah, thank you.